There we go. Good morning, everybody. Today is November 7th, 2017. It is my day 1.179, I believe. Just a couple days shy of hitting the 18th month mark, which means I'll be on hormones, have been on hormones for 1 year and 6 months, which seems like 18 months, a year and a half is kind of like a benchmark. The next one will be 2 years. That's usually when everyone goes, yay, and rightfully so. It's good to get some kind of recognition for that, other than changes in your body and your voice. Well, it'd be nice if it was with your voice, but yeah. It was just about a year ago we elected a new president. And, well, I'm not happy with the choice. It's part of the democratic process, and so we'll let it stand there. We're about a year away then from midterm elections, which I hope the result of that will be that the president will be somewhat short-sheeted and lose a lot of the power in Washington with the Congress and whatnot. And I hate to say that because, in a way, before with our previous president, people would, accuse him of things and whatnot, and it sounded kind of crazy because our last president was a pretty fair, honest person, quite unlike the moron that's leading the country right now. And so I'm sitting here thinking about all the nasty things people used to say, and I'd be like, well, you can't say that, it's the president. Respect the office. If nothing else, and I guess I still do respect the office, even though the person, a moron, and anti-trans. So I would hope that if you are transgender, and unfortunately if you're a staunch of the party of the president, you probably are somewhat conflicted, but when someone's against you, it puts you on your defense. And unfortunately, I can't find any other redeeming qualities in this person. So it's okay for people to disagree, but it's like when someone and the vice president believes that gay people can be cured. It's just one of those things. But we're not here to talk politics today. Having reached it was about a week ago that I had crossed over 250. Or maybe it was a couple of days ago, I forget. A couple videos ago, I crossed over 250, and I had reached out to the surgical coordinator. And wouldn't you know, yesterday I heard back from her. She's a really cool lady, and she was quite excited that I had crossed 250, and just kind of wanted an update. Was anything changed? Your insurance? How is your electrolysis going on the surgical area? And I gave her that update, and she wrote me back pretty quick and said, well, maybe we can get you in sometime in January and February, which is ideal for me because my insurance resets in January. And so, yeah, I don't want to see her now. If I could, I probably would want, I want to go see her. I want surgery. Woo! If I could, but it's definitely fiscally to my advantageous to me to let my health plan reset in January, and then that way every visit, every medication is helping me reach that first tier to my first tier deductible, and surgery will definitely fill in the gap. And the way my insurance works is once I hit that first tier, I'm only responsible for 10% of whatever it is because I've hit my first tier deductible. And so it's one of those things I explained, I think, a couple videos ago. If the surgery is $10,000, let's say, nice round number, definitely more than that, but 10,000, and I have a deductible of 4,000, so I'm responsible for the 4,000 at 100%, and then the remaining 6,000, I'm only responsible for 10% of that, which would be 600. So then I'm responsible for $4,600, and that's it. That's surgery. So double the surgery, if it's $20,000, I'm still responsible for the first 4, and then for the remaining 6, whatever that is, 16,000, whatever, I'm only responsible for 10,000, 10% of that, which would be what, 1,640 or something like that. Let's say 1,600. So then I'm only responsible for $5,600 for the $20,000 surgery. So like I said, it's definitely to my advantage to wait until January when everything resets and it all pulls from that pool. Pharmacy stuff too. I pay for a 90-day supply of estrogen is around $700 and something, which you'd go, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But again, it's 750 until I hit that first tier deductible, and at that point it becomes $75 for a 3-month supply, up until I hit the maximum out of pocket, which I think is 10. And so again, everything builds on top of each other: pharmacy, doctor's visits, surgery, medical tests, etc. And so at some point in the first 4 months next year, which is only less than 6 months away, I will hit my max cap. And I'm hoping that the hospital does not have a down payment. I know in my video the other day I said something about a down deposit, and I meant to say a down payment. Some surgeons and hospitals, they want a deposit from you to even see the doctor. You have to pay up front, $200 fee, which of course they'll use towards your bill if you go, some of them. But, I know, like I said, I believe the doctor in Chicago, this GCS surgeon, they want $10,000 up front before they'll even see you, And so again, it can be very intimidating, this process. Depending on where you're at, you start off and you're like, I think I'm transgender, or you're transgender, and you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Transition, hormones, surgery. It can be very overwhelming. I think what I found is it's just a series of steps. You do something and you feel comfortable with it, and when you feel ready to take the next step up, then you go up to the next plateau, and then you're here for a while and up and up and up, as long as you want to do it. You could stop at any time and, hey, that's where I'm happy, and this is where I'm going to be for a while or forever. So not every trans person wants surgery. So a bit of a diatribe there, sorry, but so we'll see. So I'm waiting to hear back for confirmation on a date, but it may very well be sometime in January and February. And my experience with that will be from last time, like any other triage. You get there, they weigh you, how are you feeling, your paperwork's in order. Surgeon will come in, introduce themselves, and for me it'll be, hey, I remember you. And talk a little bit, find out what your needs are, get to know you a little bit, and then give you a little bit of an exam to make sure that you don't have any sort of cancer. I really didn't expect to be fondled. I'm glad. You wouldn't want to, if you had a tumor or something. It all comes together. It all comes together. And if you're not fat, then that's one less thing you have to worry about. Oh my gosh, I was broken that day. You can watch the video when I came back, and I was just crying because I couldn't believe, of all the things to be kind of denied or an obstacle would be my own weight. And of course I knew I was fat, right? I've been fat all my life. Obese, morbidly obese. That said, I'm now doing the hovering around 250. I've been below 250 a couple times. I've been above 250 a couple times. And that seems to be my history. I remember when I was hovering 260, when I was hovering 270, and when I was hovering 310. and 300, I couldn't get below 300 to save my life, for lack of a good expression. And it took a major change of lifestyle, and that's what I had to do this last time. I was stuck. I'd done Weight Watchers for a while and didn't get very far, and then switched over to a nutritional balanced diet through the USDA website. Free program, free app, doesn't cost anything. Lost a lot of weight that way. And then when I hit that plateau, I did the potato diet for a week or two, and then I found out it was basically just a hacked version of Eat to Live, Dr. Joel Fuhrman, and I've done that ever since. And so it's been a series also of plateaus, going down and trying different things. And I'm kind of the opinion that in the next week or two, if I don't firmly root myself in the 240s, I'm going to have to do something else. I don't know what I do. Do I go back and eat potatoes? I don't know. Hunger has become a constant companion, and I've gotten kind of used to it. I've gotten kind of used to being hungry. Going to bed hungry, waking up hungry. It's not a negative thing. It can definitely be taken as a negative thing, but the other thing is I'm not exercising at all, by design. When I exercised, I didn't lose any weight. I built muscle, but I didn't lose weight. And since the potato diet, that's what they said: don't exercise. That exercise is counterproductive to losing weight, burning fat. And that goes against everything I've ever been told by anybody. And if you think about it, the people that tell you that exercise is good for you, they're selling you a gym membership. Buy these shoes, buy this outfit, you need to pay money, etc., etc. And I realize that probably sounds like a cop-out. I have a treadmill downstairs. I used to walk on 90 minutes a day, not lose weight. So, but everybody's body is their own. There's no, what works for one person may or may not work for another. And like I said, I may very well have hit this plateau, and yeah, it might be time to exercise, and maybe after a week there'll be some sort of offset between the amount of fat I'm burning versus the amount of muscle that I'm building. You would think, as an engine, the human body, so much energy input in the form of calories we eat or drink, and so much energy export. The matter cannot be created or destroyed. Supposedly energy cannot be created or destroyed. You would think that, but I don't know. And the last thought, I'm almost out of time today, but I was curious. I always felt like if I took a shower, and that's where I'm going with this, took a shower, washed my hair, that I always felt like I could see how I looked before, especially if I'll do this. Bear with. Don't freak out. Hold on. Because I had a buzz cut for a long time. But you can see that's, I'll do this. That's where my hair is. And that's why I had to grow out my hair, to cover that up. But it's one of those things. The other day I was looking at myself, and I had my hair up in a shower cap, and I looked at myself and I was like, there really has been fat moving and skin changes that I can see, which are a result of hormones. And there's another trans woman, I won't embarrass her by saying who she is, but she's beautiful, and a heart of gold. And I didn't know she was trans. And part of me is like, what did you look like before? Because you look so perfect now, And as it turns out, she inadvertently posted some pictures of herself a while ago, and I could see some of the old person in her. And I was like, my gosh, I hope I look as good as you. and I'm sure she'd be flattered by it. But again, I don't want to embarrass her. I know that I get a little embarrassed when people try to ask me how I used to look. Of course, you can go back to video number 1 and you'll see my face up close and my nose because I'm doing a video over the steering wheel of my car because I have nowhere to go, exiled from my own house, as it were. And really, that's just about it. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. Is a month of kind of the calm before the storm, I think. Obviously, my daughter comes first in everything, and so I have to make sure she has everything she needs. We're on the verge of buying winter clothes for her, and so there's really nothing going on. I can't do anything in November anyway, other than lose weight and exercise if I have to. But in December, I will start electrolysis again on my surgical site. The literature that I had gotten from the surgeon said something. They recommended 12 sessions 2 weeks apart, and I think it took about 5 sessions to clear the area from the tent pole down to the tent to the surrounding meadow and the valley between. Lots of if you can picture that, I think it's the perineum or whatnot, that area that's just, oh gosh, it hurts. It tickles. It's an erotic zone. So I mean, think about that. Especially now. Wish someone would. Anyway, getting old sucks. Boo, thought gone. So in December, we're picking up speed again. In December, I will start that back up and clear the area, and then anything that is not, if out of the hour there's a free 20 minutes, I'm gonna see if she wants to do some on my face, and I'll let my hair grow out. So you'll get to see that. Yeah, I don't have too many dark hairs left. They're little bastards, little bastards that are really deep in there, and I'm gonna get them eventually. But I have a lot of translucent hairs, and so this is a day's worth of. I don't know if you can hear that. That's a day's worth of growth. And I'm trying to get my nails to grow, which I realize has nothing to do with this, but I cannot seem to get my nails to grow. Wolverine. Sabretooth. I mean, I'm trying. And I used to use this OPI nail strengthener, and the woman whose video I saw, she said, don't use strengtheners because it makes your nails brittle. Instead, use an oil with jojoba oil, and this is LCSE, ESSIE. It's an apricot oil with jojoba and a bunch of other stuff, vitamin E, and you put it around your cuticles a couple times a day, and that's helped me out, but that's not a plug for this product. Another video used Burt's Bees. It's a cuticle lemon butter cuticle cream, which also I use during the day. And I used to make fun of women, and I am so sorry. That's one thing about this transition, and my friend Jamie pointed this out. She said, I used to make fun of my wife and my mom for being cold all the time, and now I'm cold. Payback is a bitch. And it's true. But I used to kind of make fun of women who kept the little, cream in their bag and whatnot. Maybe I still do. I'm sorry. But, now I find myself, 3 times a day putting apricot oil on my nails and then rubbing lemon cream in, and I'm doing what they're doing. So, guilty, both sides. Payback's a bitch. All right, my friends, we're just about at 20 minutes, so good luck to you. I hope all is wonderful in your own journey, and we'll check in with you next time. Bye-bye, and good luck.